inside the mind of a killer who learned to feel too late. The most terrifying thing about Jung Ba-reum is not that he kills, it's that if you met him in real life, you would trust him. He doesn't look broken, he doesn't look violent, he looks good. And that's exactly the point. Mouse doesn't ask us to fear monsters. It asks us to fear what hides behind normality. The good boy, persona, psychological camouflage. From a psychological standpoint, Jung Ba-reum is a master of social mimicry. He learns how kindness is supposed to look, when to smile, when to bow his head, when to act scared or nervous. But here's the key distinction. He performs goodness. He doesn't feel it. This is common in individuals with high-functioning psychopathic traits. Emotional empathy is absent. Cognitive empathy is strong. Meaning, he knows what people feel, but not how it feels. This makes him dangerous, because he can manipulate emotions without being affected by them. Jung Ba-reum's brain, a predator without fear. Neurologically, Ba-reum lacks a normal fear response. In psychology, fear is what stops us from harming others, activates guilt and hesitation, teaches consequences. Ba-reum doesn't feel fear the way others do. So when most people think, I shouldn't do this, Ba-reum thinks, there is no reason not to. This absence of fear creates calm under pressure, precision in violence, a chilling sense of control. He doesn't kill in rage, he kills in silence. Childhood, when observation replaces love. One of the most tragic aspects of Jung Ba-reum's psychology is that he grows up being watched, not loved. As a child, he is studied, labeled, feared. Instead of hearing, you're safe, he hears, you might be dangerous. Psychologically, this creates self-fulfilling identity formation. When a child is treated as a monster long enough, he stops asking if he is one and starts asking how to be one. Identity split. The birth of two Jung Ba-reums. To survive, Ba-reum develops a divided self. Self one, the social self. Obedient, gentle, law-abiding, emotionally muted but functional. Self two, the true self. Curious about death. Detached from suffering, morally empty, predatory. This isn't schizophrenia. It's psychological compartmentalization. He locks his instincts away until they demand expression. Control versus chaos. Why he chooses murder. Jung Ba-reum doesn't kill impulsively. He kills to feel dominance, restore internal order, prove his identity. For him, murder isn't emotional release. It's confirmation. Each kill answers one question. Am I really what they said I was? And every time the answer is yes. The brain transplant, when empathy arrives. Here's where Mouse becomes psychologically cruel. After the brain transplant, Ba-reum begins to experience emotional pain, empathy, regret, fear. For the first time, his actions have weight. This creates moral shock trauma. He doesn't slowly develop empathy. It crashes into him all at once. Imagine suddenly feeling every scream you caused. That's not redemption. That's torture. Guilt is not healing, it's punishment. Once Ba-reum feels empathy, he becomes trapped. Why? Because guilt requires hope to heal. But Ba-reum has none. He understands his crimes are unforgivable. Society will never see him as human. He cannot undo the past. So guilt turns inward. Psychologically, this becomes self-annihilation. He punishes himself. He seeks suffering. He accepts death. Not because he's brave, but because he finally understands pain. Jung Ba-reum as a philosophical experiment. Jung Ba-reum isn't written as a simple villain. He's a question. If empathy defines morality, what happens without it? If guilt arrives after the crime, does it still matter? Can a monster become human too late? Mouse doesn't give answers. It forces us to sit with the discomfort. Final reflection: the most tragic truth. Jung Ba-reum was never given a chance to be human. And when he finally became one, he couldn't survive the weight of it. His tragedy isn't that he was born different. His tragedy is that he learned what love and pain were, only after he destroyed them. Jung Ba-reum teaches us one haunting truth. Empathy is not just emotion, it is restraint. And without it, intelligence becomes a weapon.